If you're married to someone living in Hungary, your right to live and work in the country might be automatic or surprisingly complicated depending on who your spouse is. Hi, my name is Renato. Welcome to my channel. I am a Budapest-based expat consultant. Book a call with me for personalized guidance. Let's dive in. A third country national is anyone who is not a Hungarian citizen or an EU citizen or an EEA national. An EU citizen is someone who is from the European Union. What is an EEA national? The EEA includes all the EU countries, but also includes Norway, Liechtenstein, and also Iceland. In addition, Switzerland has special agreements with the EU, so it counts almost as an EEA country. Now let's talk about the word sponsor, because this causes a lot of confusion. From the family reunification point of view, the sponsor is the person who already has the right to live and work in Hungary. So it's the person who is bringing you to the country. So if you move to Hungary to join your spouse is the sponsor. This is completely different from the word sponsorship, meaning that a company is sponsoring you to move to Hungary. Now let's take a look at the three scenarios. By the way, with the family reunification residence permit, you can always be at any time a freelancer. You will need an accountant though, because the accountant will check your commercial activity and whether that commercial activity needs a license in Hungary, and he or she will also need to register you as a freelancer officially. But for that, you do not need any additional documents or any additional procedures. If you need an accountant, contact me for that. Scenario 1. Family reunifications when the sponsor is a Hungarian citizen. In this case, you're allowed to work, but you will need additional documents from the company that would like to hire you. However, you do not need sponsorship from the traditional sense, although you need additional procedure. I have a separate video about that. Take a look. Scenario 2. Family reunification when the sponsor is an EU citizen or an EEA national. This is actually the simplest and most favorable scenario. Of course, you will need to be well informed about the eligibility criteria, but you can work automatically. You don't need additional procedures, you don't need sponsorship, you don't need a work authorization, anything. Scenario 3. Family reunification when the sponsor is a third country national. This is by far the most complex scenario, the most complicated. In this case, both the sponsor and also the spouse are third country nationals. The sponsor must have already a resident status in Hungary, which allows for family reunifications, because not all residence permits allow for this. When you obtain family reunifications under this scenario, you do not have the right to work automatically. It depends heavily on the type of residence permit that the sponsor has. So to summarize everything, first scenario, when the sponsor is a Hungarian citizen, it is straightforward but not automatic. Scenario number 2, when the sponsor is an EU citizen or an EEA national, this is automatic, you have the right to work. And scenario number 3, when the sponsor is a third country national, this is the most complex and it needs to be carefully planned. If you belong to scenario number 1, so your spouse, your sponsor is a Hungarian citizen, check this other video. Thank you for watching, see you in the next one.